What's up, Steelers Nation? What's up, guys? How you guys doing today in your fantasy dynasty leagues? Let me know how you're doing in your leagues. Make sure you let me know if you are making the playoffs or not, or you making the toilet bowl or not. Let's see if you're winning big money. Let me know in the comments. Follow, subscribe. You guys know what to do. Let's talk about the Steelers. Let's talk about Week 14. What's going on? Let's talk about the NFL and the AFC North. AFC, not AFC North, AFC playoffs in that order, guys. Let's talk about the Steelers winning over the Bengals 44-38. What a tough game that was, back and forth. Yes, the Bengals are 3-8. Um, it was still a tough game, honestly. The cold weather impacts everybody. It's just not the northern states where you get cold weather, and they're in Cincinnati. So Russell Wilson threw 29, 38. Eh, he was throwing crazy bombs. He was throwing balls all day. 414 yards, three touchdowns, and one stupid interception in the beginning of the game. Harris ran for 16 yards, 75, and one touchdown. Peterson, I'm not a big fan of Peterson. I know he's been in the league for a long time. Three carries, 16 yards, and my boy Warren only carried three. And it looks like they weren't running the ball as much this week. I don't know what Mike Tomlin has been doing in regards of the run game, because we definitely do have Harrison, Peterson, and Warren. Definitely, run game is very strong. Um, let's see if the refs are always against the Steelers. It seems like. Um, especially with that Pickens interception. The Bengals guy basically looks like he threw him down and then caught the ball and ran for this pick six touchdown. There was a lot of pick six touchdowns this week, guys. Um, let me know your favorite team. Let's talk about Steelers. Obviously, Pickens. Let's talk about Pickens real quick, guys. Tight end, Friedenberg, Friedemoth. He's got a long ass name, dude. And then Austin the third has they all scored a touchdown. Harrison did as well. I just want to talk about Austin the third. He definitely got hit hard. It should have been a 50, I think it was a 15-yard penalty. I gotta remember because I was on the road watching it. I was heading back home in Pennsylvania. I was in North Carolina for 4 days visiting the wife's family. But yeah, I was kind of watching it, on the ride home. Let's talk about Pickens' his immaturity. Dude needs to control his anger. He needs to control something. If some get us, sticks and stones, some guy says something to you, just ignore it. We're ignoring or ignore it. You're going to cause the Steelers penalties and penalties and penalties if you're going to keep doing that. And let's talk about how strict the NFL rules are now. You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't do this, that. You can't do these. But yet, I've seen a meme or a video that Patrick Mahomes can do this and now get 15-yard penalty, guys. I am wearing an old Steelers shirt. It's back from when I was in high school. I graduated 2010. If you guys can do the math, go ahead. I think I've had this since 2006. And it still fits kind of. It's ripping, but whatever. If you've seen this shirt, yeah, it's kind of old. So it's this hat. It's 8 years old. Pickens needs to mature a little bit. He's been in the league for 3 years. I know he's Russell Wilson's number one guy when throwing the ball down the field. Van Jefferson's kind of lame. I can't stress this enough. Where we need to always go after the Rams, washed up wide receivers. I don't know why we can't go after Coop or Apuka. But we always seem to have crappy wide receivers from the Rams. Allen Robinson, he lasted a year with Kenny Pickett. He got traded. I believe he's on the Giants still. Now we have Van Jefferson. Let's talk about the defense. Joey Porter Jr. needs to grow up a little bit. They even said it. His arm length is 8.4. His arm length. That is a tall mother heifer. So I can see why the refs need to be lenient on that because he's got a reach. He's got a long reach, but yet he's caused 5-6 penalties in the last game. He was doing all good He was doing all good this year until the recent 2 games, he's getting beaten. He's getting penalized for stupid stuff. He definitely needs control. I think his father, which is also a defensive guy, needs to step up and tell him, hey, look at this. You need more discipline on the field. Talk about sacks. TJ Watt is not having a great season. Last year's seasons, he was probably 10, 14 sacks. This year, he's not even top. Um, excuse me, I'm having a cold right now. He's having he's seventh in the league for most sacks. I don't know if the defense. I don't know. I mean the offense. I don't know. Offense is preparing for T.J. Watt this year. They're doubling on him a lot. They definitely Russ. I think T.J. Watt needs to play another. Switch from left to right. You know, but they're still going to double him. So he needs to figure out some other moves, spin move or juke move, or he's very explosive off the ball. But yeah, he's seventh, which is pretty bad for his uh explosiveness and dire to get off the ball and sack the quarterback. While Miles Garrett is fourth, he's tied fourth for a Vikings DE or whatever. I didn't really look into it. I just know Miles Garrett is fourth. I know the Steelers are playing the Browns this week. I'll get into that later. And then I just want to mention the Bengals, Hendrickson. He's number one right now with 14 sacks. Miles Garrett is fourth with 10, I believe, and TJ Watt has his seventh with 8, 9. Um, what I see in Mike Tomlin needed Wilson. When you had 3 string quarterbacks, I'm talking about Kenny Pickett, I'm talking about Mason Rudolph, and I'm talking about Mitch Kubicki, whatever how you say his last name, Kubicki. They were all third-string quarterbacks, second-string quarterbacks. They don't deserve to start. They weren't that good in the first place. We only drafted Kenny Pickett because he was from Pitt. He's a hometown boy. Now he's over the Eagles doing whatever he does. So I believe that Mike Tomlin needed Russell Wilson, and Russell Wilson needed Mike Tomlin. The maturity, they're both adults in the room. They can both come up with game plans. He can throw the ball. I just hope the O-line can protect Russell Wilson as much as he can, because Russell Wilson, we've seen him plenty of times. The dude cannot run to save his life. He tries, but he's just too old. He's not very explosive. When it comes out of the pocket, he just throws bombs, and hopefully George Pickens or somebody catches it, Austin or Harrison or Warren or whatever, or Peterson, because Peterson already got the ball a couple times with passing. It was just the Steelers always had two things the Steelers always had. Tough defense, through and through. Since I became a Steelers fan in 2000, I know they won a lot of Super Bowls before that. They just always had a tough defense. Defense was always hard to break, always hard to score on, and a quarterback that could throw over top, throwing bombs, throwing over the receivers to make those amazing catches. We had Terry, we had Big Ben, and now we have Russell Wilson. I mean, if you look at Russell Wilson's stats this year, he's played 6 games out of the 5 out of 6 games that he played. He's thrown for over 200 yards. The only game he didn't throw over 200 yards was against Washington. I'm not sure why, but he's thrown almost 1,700 yards. He's 30th as a quarterback. So there's 2 quarterbacks in the league right now that he's bottom of the list, basically. I don't know why, out of 32 teams, and then 10 touchdowns. He's 28th overall as a quarterback. So he's 29, 20, 30, 31, 32, 30. 6 teams ahead of those touchdowns. Got to do better. Got to do better. And then what stats were there? Oh, he's got a 56.9% quarterback rating. That's pretty low right now. I know he's only played 6 or 7 games, and that could probably go up this week as long as the weather's fine. It seems like every time the weather is not fine, it rains or snows or whatever, or the Steelers game has a delay in game. It seems like they play like crap. And if we have nice weather, if it's nice and cold or whatever, I believe the Steelers can beat the Browns. I know it's home turf. I know it's home for the Steelers, so hopefully we beat them. I don't know why we should have beat them last Thursday night, but we just came off a big win against the Ravens, and they're no excuses. We should have just beat them overall. We just got to stop Myles Garrett. The run game needs to be tighter. Needs to be. We need a lot of holes. We need wide receivers need to be open. Um, we can't play like we did last time against them. Um, we need the MVP, Chris Boswell. Hopefully, the win is cooperative, whatever the word is. Um, he only missed one field goal last week, and that was a long stretch. Um, I'm hoping Alex Highsmith is back in the lineup. I know Herbig was pretty good as a defense. Saying a lot. Steelers are 9-3. Ravens are 8-5. The Bengals are 4-8, and the Browns are 3-9. I believe we can make the playoffs. I mean, we should be having, as long as the Bills, who the Bills playing, LA Rams, as long as the LA Rams beat the Bills, I think we have a shot at their first bye. I know the Chiefs are Chiefs. I don't want to get into it. We all know what's going on with the Chiefs. They're 11-1 right now. They're pretty bad right now. They almost lost to the Panthers last week, and they almost lost to the Raiders this week or last week. Sorry, before that. Yeah, I think the AFC North we're going to clutch this year. The Steelers are definitely going to clutch this year. The only thing I'm worried about is the Texans. They're kind of iffy this year. They're 8-5. I mean, they have a chance to going up the leaderboard with the win. With their win, I think they're on a bye this week. Honestly, what we got. I'm worried. The Broncos, I'm not worried about, and they're 8-5. They could possibly go up there too with the Chargers and the Texans. The Bills are 10-2. I'm hoping they lose a couple games and we can win a couple games. I know we got the Eagles next week we got the Eagles and back at the Ravens, and then Kansas City and Christmas. So if we could beat the Browns, that'll make 10-3. And I don't think the Eagles are going to be a tough one. I'm not highly sure. I mean, if we could stop Barkley, if we could stop AJ Brown, if we could stop uh, their tight end, I'm pretty sure we can beat them. We have 11-3 then. I'm not sure about the Ravens schedule. I'm not sure about the Bills schedule. I just know they have the Rams this week. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Sorry, I'm dealing with a cold right now. Let's go over my picks this week, guys. Thursday Night Football, which is tonight. It's the Rams and Green Bay Packers. I have the Lions going over Green Bay Packers. This is the game to watch, guys. Definitely a game to watch. Excuse me. And then the Steelers over the Browns, of course. I have the Dolphins over the Jets. Aaron Rodgers has the team kind of getting there, kind of not. I'm not sure. I think the Dolphins are ready to beat down the Jets. And then the Jaguars, I got the two worst teams. I have the Tennessee Titans over the Jaguars, just because Trevor Lawrence is probably injured from that hit. I'm not entirely sure. I don't really watch it. And then I have the Falcon. I have the Vikings going over the Falcons. I don't think I don't know what's going on with Kirk Cousins. He's not prime time anymore. He's getting older. I don't know what's going on. The chemistry against the wide receivers and him are not going as well. The O-line's not protecting him. I don't know. I'm not a Falcons fan. Sam Darnold, has proven that he could be a starter. He could be whatever he wants to be. I think he's great. I guess he was just on the wrong team for a long time, and now he's on the Vikings. Now he's doing amazing. It takes someone to change locations, change teams. to be great. I mean, look at Joe Flacco, who was sitting on the couch last year. Browns called him up. Browns made the playoffs last year with him, and dumb being stupid. Browns are dumb, just like the Giants. They didn't call him. They didn't re-sign him, so he went to the Colts, and he played a couple games. Did great with the Colts. Anyways, I have the Eagles going over the Panthers. The Panthers suck this year. They suck every year. Usually the Panthers, the Titans, and the Jaguars suck. This is the hard game. I have the Buccaneers over the Raiders. I'm tired. I don't know about this one. It took me a while to decide. I like the Buccaneers better than the Raiders right now, just because I don't know. The Raiders almost beat the Kansas City Chiefs. Tampa Bay lost last week because Baker Mayfield is doing what Baker Mayfield does. I don't know what he does at the end of the year. He sucks. He sucks. Period. And then I have the Bear. This another. No, hold on. Cardinals over Seahawks. That's another tough one. I couldn't decide, so I just randomly picked one. Seahawks have been iffy this year, and the Cardinals definitely need a win this week. And then San Francisco losing to the Bears. I think Caleb Williams needs to step up this week. San Francisco's kind of rocky. They have some cracks. CDC's out. Brandon Ayuk's out. Brock Purdy came off an injury, a hand injury, I believe, or arm injury, and he hasn't been playing well. He hasn't been playing at all, and they don't really have a backup. Brandon Allen's not that good, and they probably saw that, and they needed Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy's showing us that he's watered down now. I don't know. I just think the Bears could beat the San Francisco 49ers at this point. And then I have same thing with the LA Rams. They're facing the Bills. I think the Bills going to go over with the LA Rams. They're having issues right now. I don't know if Matt Stafford's arm is tired. Something's going on with his hand. I don't know. He's got the weapons. He's got the running back. He's got the game. But I think the Bills are going to beat the LA Rams, and they have a couple cracks. And then I have Kansas City over the Chargers. Even though the Chargers are pretty good this week, the Chargers need a win. But I'm hoping the Kansas City Chiefs, hoping they can beat them, because then that'll put them down at 8-5. And yeah, hey, I'm just saying, AFC is the hardest division ever. And then I have the Cowboys and the Bengals in Monday Night Football game. I have the Bengals over the Cowboys. I think the Bengals have been scoring over 30 points. I think they could beat the Cowboys. Cowboys have been washed up. They don't have a quarterback. They're not good this year. NFC, division of that is the Eagles, the Giants, the Cowboys, and Washington. And it's going to be Commanders battling out first place against the Eagles, and it's going to be the Cowboys and Giants battling out for last place and third place. So, and that is my week 4 picks, guys. Let me know what your week 4 picks are. Who's your favorite team? If you like this podcast, the Steelers and my picks and what they have to do to make the playoffs and the records and everything else, I'll be doing this next week, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Wherever you are, let me know. Appreciate it, guys. Have a great day. Happy Thursday. Counting down to Christmas is happening, guys. Black and yellow, Renegade, Steelers Nation. Let me hear you. See you later, guys. Have a good day.